Many people think the problem is being single. In reality, the real problem is the mental and emotional traps that activate when you experience loneliness without awareness. Because singleness can destroy you, or it can transform you completely. It depends on how you experience it. One of the greatest illusions is believing that love exists only within a relationship, as if love were something you can only receive from a partner. But love isn't a person, love is a way of being in the world. It's how you treat yourself, how you experience friendships, how you protect your energy, how you pursue your dreams, how you look at life. If you focus all your need for love on one man or one woman, you're placing the burden of your happiness on someone else's shoulders, and sooner or later, that will bring you down. Humans are constantly seeking strategies to feel better. It's automatic. Every time we suffer, are rejected, betrayed, or disappointed, we unconsciously begin to develop defensive behaviors. The problem is that often those strategies that are supposed to protect us end up becoming our prison, especially in relationships. And this is where the invisible traps begin. The first is ignoring how your family history still influences your way of loving today. We all grew up observing something: cold, distant, aggressive, dependent, unloving, controlling, or perhaps incapable of communicating parents. And even as an adult today, that old emotional pattern you absorbed as a child still exists within you. Many people believe they freely choose their partners. In reality, they're often just repeating patterns they've already experienced. The names change, the faces change, but the dynamics remain the same. Maybe you constantly find yourself with emotionally absent people, or you choose partners who need saving, or you're in intense but toxic relationships, and you keep wondering why the same thing always happens. It's not bad luck, it's unawareness. Until you observe your patterns, they will continue to guide your choices. Another devastating trap is the inner judge, that voice that constantly speaks badly of you, that voice that tells you you're not interesting enough, beautiful enough, young enough, important enough to be truly loved. The problem isn't having negative thoughts, the problem is believing them. Because when you start identifying with those words, you also start acting as if they were true. You shut yourself down, you sabotage yourself, you accept crumbs, you settle, or you just stop trying altogether, and slowly your self-esteem crumbles. Many people are incredibly kind to others and cruel to themselves, but if you continue to treat yourself like your own worst enemy, you can't build healthy relationships. Then there's the trap of the unresolved past: regrets, disappointments, unhealed wounds, people who are physically gone from your life but still live within you emotionally. And when you don't process the pain, that pain seeps into everything, into the way you love, into the way you trust, into the way you react. An ignored wound doesn't go away. It turns into fear, anger, withdrawal, or mistrust. And then maybe you start saying you don't need anyone anymore, that you're fine alone, that love doesn't exist. But often it's not freedom. It's just emotional protection disguised as strength. Another huge trap is neglecting friendships. So many people disappear as soon as they start a relationship, and then when the relationship ends, they realize they've lost everything else too. True relationships aren't a filler while you wait for romantic love. Genuine friendships are one of the deepest forms of human connection. They support you, remind you of who you are, and help you stay connected. And those who know how to cultivate healthy relationships in life often also know how to build more mature romantic relationships. Then there's the addiction to doing, filling every second of the day with work, commitments, responsibilities, goals, errands, notifications, constant productivity, doing, just to avoid feeling. But a full life doesn't automatically mean a happy life. Sometimes silence is scary because it forces us to listen to what we truly feel. And so many people become dependent on distraction just to avoid dealing with the emotional void. Another trap is expecting others to think the way we do, thinking that if you love a certain way, then others should love that way too. But the problem with expectations is that they continually transform reality into disappointment. Everyone has their own story, their own way of communicating, their own emotional language. And when you expect someone to feel, react, or behave exactly as you would, you're setting the stage for frustration. Then there's the quietest trap of all: stop wanting, stop believing, stop taking risks. It happens slowly. After too many disappointments, some people don't just close their hearts to others, they also close them to life. They convince themselves it's too late, that it no longer makes sense, that love is for other people. But when you stop desiring, you also stop truly living, because desire is energy, it's movement, it's hope, it's the future. And finally, there's another very dangerous dynamic: constantly looking for someone to save you, an emotional crutch. Someone who always reassures you, who fills your voids, who makes you feel complete. But a healthy relationship isn't born of dependence. It's born of two whole people who choose to walk together, not two wounded people who try to use each other to avoid suffering. The truth is, all these traps have something in common. They work automatically. You don't even notice, and what you don't observe will continue to control you. Many people call destiny what is actually just a set of unconscious patterns repeated over time. But love isn't just luck. Love is also awareness, it's growth, it's emotional preparation. Because when you truly learn to know yourself, you stop chasing everyone and finally start choosing what truly makes you feel good.